Hola! So this is me reporting back. What a freaking awesome experience. So if you saw my video from my last Bufo on my YouTube, you should really check it out. If you haven't seen it, you get to see like the full ceremony and how I reacted, and most of the time was spent of me crying. And it was very emotional, grieved like the universe and how beautiful our planet is and all of these creations and how we're all connected. And I was just like sobbing for the love and just the magnificent creation that we all are experiencing, right? And it was just really intense. And I had these moments of crying like as my mother, because she, doesn't get to express herself in that way. Like it was just very powerful and emotional and freeing, but I cried also because like my ego was just blasted out of me. And whenever I came back to my body, I was reborn back into my body, I was kind of sad about it, that I was having to come back, and then it was like realizing that I am in a body, but I am not my body, but my body is important. And it was like all these things, right? So yesterday I got to experience this with a good friend of mine, and he went first, so I got to like be part of his ceremony and like hold space for him and use the instruments and just get to watch how he accepted the medicine. And it was beautiful. And like whenever he came back to his body, the first thing he said was, "Wow." And I was like, dude, I get it. And then, we gave him his time to just lay there and just soak it all in. And we were at the beach with the water, and then the sky was like just incredible. And so then it was my turn. And, the last time I was like an innocent child getting into this. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't research anything. I just wanted to have this outer body experience, which is what DMT does. And I got it. And so this time I was hoping maybe I could remember a little bit more whenever I went out of my body, but I still wanted to get the powerful amount of medicine, and I did. And so I didn't record it, obviously, but I really enjoyed the fact that I had a friend with me we could just relay the experience with each other. And so I came out of it, when I came back into my body, just laughing, like snorting, laughing at, again, just how serious we take ourselves. And then I laughed at, I was the toad. So what I do recall is being like, so what happens with the toad? The toad lives 10 months underground, and then after 10 months, when the earth starts shaking and thunder starts shaking the earth, it feels the rain, and it comes out of its hole that it lives in for 26 years. When it comes out of its hole, it's just like wants this water, right? So that's just exactly what it felt like. And I was just like just feeling these vibrations. I remember feeling the earth shaking, and I was like kind of doing this motion, almost like I was pulling myself out of this hole, right? And I remember in my video me doing that same motion. It almost looks like I'm trying to swim, but I believe I'm the toad, like coming up out of this hole to get this water. And I came into my body, and I was like, water, and I got a drink, and then I just surrendered again, and I laid back down, and I could feel the earth shaking. And I was just like in this trance with this just I don't really know how else to explain it. You can't explain it unless you experience it. And it was just so freaking cool. And so I'm the toad coming out, and I laid there just laughing hysterically. And I could just feel so much love, and I could feel like right now, even when I'm talking about it, I want to be like this, like seriously, that's what it's like. and he got to tell me that I was speaking in tongues, and I was like, yeah, that's what I do on a normal basis, but it makes sense as to how that's connecting me more back to creation, who we are in our soul before we come into our body. That's exactly what DMT helps us experience, is what we are as a soul before we come into the body. And then when we come back into the body from our journey, our DMT journey, our toad journey, it's like poof. And so what I learned from the facilitator is 5-MeO works on the crown chakra, unlike others, some that aren't as powerful work on the third eye chakra. So when the crown chakra, it literally just bursts us open, and we're much more connected to our higher self. We become our higher self. We are our soul. Our higher self is our soul that we're connected to, right? And so now I have this this knowing of I'm an eternal soul in a body. I mean, I know this, but now I know it like on a cellular level, and I'm just like can't stop laughing, and I can't stop just dancing and moving and feeling like I'm feeling myself in a body for the first time, like I'm a toddler, or a newborn. But instead of the impact of coming in as a newborn without having a fucking clue what you're looking at, I have the experience of knowing what I'm looking at, so I get to feel it on this just like crazy cellular level where it's all and we're all just vibrating frequency all around us, just all around us. And what I did and what my friend did is our body shakes coming back in, because it's realigning us, our energy pillars, so that we're completely aligned to our higher self. And it's just like, wow, incredible. And it's, if you saw my video yesterday, and I was crying, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to be so intense. I'm going to have to go on this journey where I'm healing all this ancestral trauma, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't. And what the message I got was, I did that last time. So last time I got to come back into my body with this new awareness. And this time it was like the compound. So like I feel, kind of like with each new realization and awareness, and every time our consciousness expands, you kind of feel like you level up a bit. Well, this is like boom, like major level up. And so anyway, when I finally was able to like really just let it all work itself out, and I breathed into it, and I opened my eyes, and I could see just where I was again, and I'm like feeling all the just digging in the sand and like being very active like the toad. And then I just ripped off my dress and I ran straight into the water like the toad would do after 10 months of being underground. Just can't wait to cleanse itself. And so what I'm receiving from toad, and if you know me, you know that my connection to the animal kingdom is just like really intense, and that's my reward, for doing the work that I do with anyway, and so I was toad. And so what I'm getting from toad, what toad is telling me, is that when they're 10 months underground, they are in that state, that DMT state, preparing themselves for us, for the medicine. That's what they're here for. They're here as medicine for us. And so when we, and the facilitator and the two facilitators that we have during the ceremony, the same person I worked with last time, they harvest this themselves. They go to the Sonoran Desert and they hunt for the toads, and they just gently hold and honor these toads, and then they secrete the medicine out of these glands behind their eye, and the toads accept it. They don't run. They know that they're medicine. They know what they're here for. And so they offer their medicine, and then, they go back and they release them and they honor it. So I literally was able to take medicine from the beings, the people that harvested it from the toad. Like, y'all, not all medicine is equal. I know exactly who handled this. I know the energy behind it, and I love, love, love them. They're family. They are my soul family. And getting to experience their medicine that they harvested, that those toads willingly offered to them, that is, it's priceless. And I want to make sure everyone knows, like, not all medicine is created equal. You're not going to always have the best experience. If you're just hungry for it and you're forcing it, it's not for you. When it comes naturally and you get to just call someone that you have connected with, because the universe brought you together, and that person is the person facilitating your experience and your journey, there is nothing like that. And and we just sat up all night just talking about all the things that kept coming to us, laughing and laughing and laughing. I mean, I couldn't get at this. I don't want to stop smiling. I'm so happy and I feel so free, and I'm just so excited because I feel like so much is coming from this. Because when we do the work, when we sacrifice our flesh to be able to expand our consciousness and come back to oneness and come back to creation, which is exactly what that does, which is what any really good plant medicine experience or animal medicine experience does. It brings us back to oneness and helps us realize that we are just a particle of this experience. We're nothing, but we're everything. And whenever you take that and you can just surrender to it, what is there to cry about except for happiness? What is there to fight? Nothing. So I told you I'd report back, and holy crap. I'm just grateful. Just so grateful that I get to live in a place. I created this environment with my intention and co-creating with the universe. I created this place that I live in, surrounded by incredible healers. All of us have the power to do that. And God, I hope this guides any of you thinking about trying animal medicine, plant medicine. You're going to be called to it, and you're going to know. I mean, obviously I'm extremely called to it because I have toads that live with me, and my toads were out. They usually are hiding, in their hole during the day, and they come out when it rains, and it hasn't rained in like a week here. And then last night it just poured and poured and poured all night long, just rinsing this away from me. And whenever I got up and I ran into the ocean, I just like submerged my whole self, and it was like like a baptism. And that is what the toad must feel like. Just like, wow, the sky was orange and it was pink, and it was just like, I'm so grateful. Anyway, man, thank you for being here with me. I love y'all for just taking this journey with me. Thank you. Ask me some questions. So, I mean, I pretty much told you everything, but I love you. I love all of you. Ciao.